Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can tell from the thumbnail and probably the title, we're going to be making PVC candy canes today. One of the benefits of these is that they are very, very durable as compared to the ones that you might buy at the store. Those tend to be very thin plastic. You drop them, they crack, they break really, really easily. These, because this is Schedule 40 PVC, they're extremely durable. I'm using 1/2 inch on these, but you could probably do a 3/4 inch if you wanted. But let me show you my process and hopefully you can start making your own PVC candy canes. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using 1/2 inch PVC. You can use 3/4 inch. Anything beyond that, I can't speak to that because I have no idea. So if you decide to go all out and make gigantic candy canes out of 1-2 inch pipe, please let us know. I would love to see how those turned out. Maybe that'll be a video for later on. I'm using 1/2 inch pipe, okay? So the thing that I do before I start my PVC projects, if I'm gonna be painting them, is I wanna start with clean PVC for the paint to adhere to. Now, if you go to the store and you buy PVC, you might automatically be like, well, that's clean, I'm ready to go. I recommend that if you want these things to last, that you clean it and sand it. I always start by wiping these down because I don't know what oil or what is gotten on these pieces of PVC that are at the store. Who knows what they do up there? But you want to sand it down as well, because that also gives you a nice rough surface for the paint to adhere to, especially if you want this to last for a while. I find that, of course, that rough surface really does help the paint adhere. Granted, we do have a lot of really good paints with primers and all the different adhesives into it, but with PVC, just sand it. I think that's the best. It doesn't take 5 minutes to do that. So I start out with probably around 120 grit, and then I go to like a 300 or 400 just to kind of clean that up. The other thing that this does is by making it clean, it takes off all the print that's on your pipe. I don't have to paint this white now. I can add my red pinstriping for my candy cane and I'm done. So I don't have to wait for that white color to dry, okay? So steps: wipe it down, sand it, gotta do the sanding, and then we're gonna get the heat gun and we're gonna start shaping and bending this piece of pipe. Warning, we are gonna be working with some hot PVC. I mean, some hot PVC action here. So you gotta wear gloves. No glove, no love, right? You've got to wear this because the PVC that we're gonna be using will hold that heat quite a bit from the heat gun. It's gonna get really, really hot. So you wanna make sure that you're protecting your hands while you're trying to handle that. Number 2, we are using a heat gun. Guess what they do? They make heat like a crap ton. This is not the same as a hairdryer. Wait. One more safety measure here. We're gonna be working with PVC, and when you heat up PVC, it's gonna start to off gas. So you wanna make sure that you're in a well-ventilated area. All right, careful where you set down your heat gun. Then we're just going to start to form it, but if you notice, it's not bending where I want it to bend. That means it's not hot enough there. That's okay. We add more heat. We're almost there. All right, so now we're gonna form this in the shape that we want. So that's my candy cane shape. So I'm just gonna hold it and let it cool off. That's it. Now, if you wanted to make a bunch of these, you can probably make a jig for these. So you can just kind of set them in there and let them sit, so you don't have to sit there and hold them all. Because I'm only gonna make a few today, I'm just gonna sit here and hold it. It doesn't take a lot for it to start to cool off. I got mine really hot. But the thicker the pipe, so this is Schedule 40, just as a side note. And because it's thick, it's gonna hold a lot of thermal heat. You could probably cool this off a little bit more if you put it in like water or something like that. I've never tried that. So again, if you decide to dunk it, go for it. Let me know how that turns out. I don't think the pipe will break. It's pretty pliable. But that would probably help the cooling process. So like I said, if you're making a bunch of these, then you want to probably just make a jig. You can see that it's already starting to hold. I'm gonna keep my hand on it. Make sure it's lined up, looks good. Okay, we're good. That was what, 3 minutes maybe, something along those lines. I wouldn't pull on it because it will try to return back. So again, just kind of keep it somewhere. I could probably set this down against something and just hold it. Let me give you a little bit of a side tip here before we move on. This bend here will start to compress. So if you're doing too tight of a turn on these, this will start to flatten out. So be very cautious of that. If it does start doing that, if you, again, squeeze, gotta wear gloves. If you start squeezing, garage is open because of safety. Because it will start compressing here, if you squeeze, you can keep that round shape to that. So there's a little side tip for you. There we go. That's it. That's my little candy cane. All right, sweet. Can everybody see that? Sorry. All right, next step. We are gonna let this cool off a little bit. Then we are going to apply our tape to keep the white so that we can then spray paint the red, and we are essentially done. While we're sitting here though, what I am gonna do is go ahead and cut off at an angle the bottom, because that will make it easier to put in the ground. Okay, I cut off my end with my little tool here, and so now it'll be a little bit easier to stick this in the ground. One other option is some people like to put in metal rods and then just slide these over. You can do that as well. All right, so now we are just gonna wrap our piece of PVC using some painter's tape or masking tape, whatever width you wanna do, whatever shapes and sizes you wanna go for, this is all you. So wrap it, and then we're going to paint it. Okay, now for the big reveal. So here we are, we've got it painted, it's dried. Let's take our tape off and see how this looks. Awesome, totally dig it. There's a few little spots that my paint got underneath my tape. That's my fault, I was rushing. But I'm very pleased with this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No big deal. From the road, this is gonna read great. Look at that. And there we have it, folks. Ladies and gents, got our nice little candy cane. I dig that. So there you go. All right, very nice, very nice. I dig it, I dig it. So you can go put this wherever you want in your yard. I wanted to show you one of my other projects that I was working on while I was doing this, and I've done a couple of these. This one is just straight. I can put my lights in here. I use these as, you know, just to put Christmas lights on or whatever. So do whatever you want with these. They're really cool. All right, well, I'm very pleased with how these turned out. And you can make a ton of these really quickly. And the nice thing about these, as I said, is that, you know, these are pretty hardy. They are not gonna break on you like some of the ones that you get from the store that are super thin and cheap kind of plastic. These are actually pretty great, very, very durable. All right, everyone, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, leave some comments below for the algorithm and all that fun stuff. All that helps the channel, and I will see you guys next time.